Tonight, we have an update on a shooting from over the weekend that occurred in Cascade County. Plus, how to get involved in your community.
Would you like to have a say in the changes that are happening in your neighborhood? More on that coming up.
And later, this year's hunting forecast.
If you're going to go hunting, you need to know where the animals are. I'm Chet Lehman. Coming up, we talk about FWP's yearly hunt forecast, what it is, and what some of the numbers look like for here in southwest Montana.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thank you for trusting KRTV for your 530 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. First tonight, 20-year-old Lauren Douglas Edwards Nichols is charged with felony criminal endangerment after a teen was shot north of Great Falls early Saturday morning. Family members say the victim is 17-year-old Kirsten Ryan, who remains in the ICU. Court documents say Ryan was at a party on Highway 87 when Nichols got into a fight, left, then returned and pulled out a gun. She told deputies she moved near a closed garage door to stay safe before hearing a boom and collapsing, later learning she had been shot. Investigators say Nichols admitted to firing the weapon, called 911, and directed deputies to the gun, which they found dismantled at J.C. Park. Witness Snapchat videos also show Nichols fighting inside the building before brandishing the gun and firing 2 shots, one of which hit Ryan. She was taken to Benefice Health System and is expected to remain in the ICU for several days. A GoFundMe has been created to help the family. If you'd like to donate, and we have information on our website for that, we'll also have more on this story tonight at 10.
Temperatures right now are in the mid to upper 70s and low to mid 80s in most spots, so it does feel pretty nice outside, and these temperatures are near to a little bit above average for this time of year. It's also been another hazy day today, but the haze today has been a lot less of an issue compared to the haze that we had over the weekend. The air quality in most locations within north central Montana has been in the good or moderate category for the entire day. We have also had partly cloudy skies today, and although a lot of locations have been dry, there have been some isolated showers and thunderstorms out there this afternoon and the evening, especially along the High Line as well as in portions of Judith Basin County and Fergus County, seeing some rain around the Lewistown area right now. It will continue to be hazy for at least the next few days, but the air quality will be in the good or moderate category in most spots. Daily chances of showers and thunderstorms are also in the forecast for this upcoming week. Now, more details about that chance of precipitation in my full forecast in a few minutes.
Making a difference in the community could start with just your street. MTN's Quentin Shores has more on what neighborhood councils do and how you can get involved.
Do you have any questions, concerns, or comments for your neighborhood? Well, if you do, you might want to start attending the neighborhood council meetings.
Street issues or the police department with traffic issues. So they really kind of cover the whole gamut.
I spoke with neighborhood council liaison Rob Moccasin, a retired police officer who's still finding ways to serve the community. He told me that the neighborhood council is a great way for people to express their thoughts on all things Great Falls.
Like if people are they want to build something in their neighborhood, they come to the neighborhood council meetings and let them know what type of project they have.
The council works closely with the Planning and Community Development Department, the Police Department, as well as many local businesses. If you have a concern on something, you can talk to your specific council and they'll run it up the chain of command.
Just say, hey, City Commission, Mayor, would you please consider these issues with this project?
There are 5 members on each council and a total of 9 councils for neighborhoods in Great Falls. You're free to attend any council meeting, but if you want to meet with your specific district, you can find it in the link on our website.
There's 45 members that are elected, just like any council or commissioner or mayor.
Although discourse on changes in Great Falls is alive and well online, Rob tells me that the number of attendees for these meetings have decreased over time. If you want your voice heard, it might be worth it to stop by in person.
We encourage people to come to those and talk about issues that are important to them.
In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
Well, here's a list of the upcoming neighborhood council meetings, starting with Council 7 tonight at 7 in the Gibson Room at the Civic Center. Council 1 meets tomorrow at 7 at the Meadowlark School Library. Then on Wednesday at 5:30, Council 2 meets at the West Elementary Library. And Thursday at 7, Council 9 gathers at the First Church of the Nazarene at 7. Then next week, District 5 meets Monday at 7 at the Great Falls Clinic Specialty Center Conference Room. On Thursday, September 18th, District 8 will meet at 6 at the Great Falls Pre-Release Center Women's Annex. Then later, Thursday, September 25th, District 4 meets at 6:30 at Heritage Baptist Church. The next District 6 meeting is Wednesday, October 1st at 6:30 at Sunnyside Elementary Library. And on Thursday, October 2nd, District 3 meets at the Riverview Elementary School Music and Art Room at 6:30. You may have noticed a new moose sculpture on the River's Edge Trail in Great Falls. MTN's Justin Robichaux spoke to the sculptor behind it about the inspiration for the artwork.
Great Falls resident Alex Smithson has built 15 out of 25 sculptures on the River's Edge Trail. The most recent was a moose installed by Parks and Rec back in August. He tells MTN News what the building process was like.
Definitely a challenge of just moving it around while I was constructing it, moving it into place once it was done, but I actually used a small little plastic moose figurine for proportions and figuring out everything where it needed to be.
Alex explains his inspiration behind the piece.
Animals I see in nature, it's cool to try to recreate them with metal, especially tools and scrap metal parts I find, but definitely time in nature and just God's creations inspire me to try to recreate them.
For the City of Great Falls Trails Coordinator Arthur Smovier, Alex's generosity has an impact on Great Falls.
It's awesome. I can't believe it. He was offered $46,000 for this moose, and he decided he was going to donate it to the city, so we're very fortunate to have Alex as part of the community here.
The moose is something Arthur hopes the people will enjoy for generations.
It's something that the community will enjoy for years and years to come, and it's outstanding to have someone willing to do that for us, and we really appreciate Alex.
In Great Falls, Justin Robichaux, MTN News.
As the autumn months are approaching, that means an uptick in dead animals on the road. MTN's Madeline Heath tagged along with the Montana Department of Transportation to clean up local roads and has the story.
Ever driven past roadkill and wondered who's responsible for cleaning that up? From deer to raccoons, Montana Department of Transportation crews handle this messy but very important job.
Our number one priority is always the safety of the public.
Chris Sturgis and his team pick up anywhere between 1 and 10 larger animals daily. And on my ride along, we picked up one deer right away.
Try to get out there in the morning and get everything picked up as soon as we can, as soon as we find them.
Aside from patrolling the Helena area for roadkill, the crew also makes scoops from public calls. And this time of the year, when deer are in rut, is when they see a significant uptick.
The elk are always a big deal, especially when they start crossing the interstate at certain times of the year.
Another busy time is in the spring when deer grow in their new antlers. But where do all these animal cleanups go?
In Helena, we take them to the landfill, and the surrounding sections take them to the landfill, and then other places around the state, I know they have kind of recyclers or compost. And
the interstate and roads like York and Green Meadow see significant amounts of roadkill. And there is a way you can help.
Well, if you hit an animal and it's still in the roadway, we need to get it off of the road, onto the shoulder, someplace that the rest of the traveling public can get by safely.
After moving the animal off of the road, you can make MDT aware through their Report a Problem app. The app is free and downloadable from the App Store. It lets citizens report highway problems like roadkill, potholes, and guardrail damage, and the reports are then sent to the appropriate maintenance division or local jurisdiction. And it's not just animals on the roadway to worry about, but also the people working to clean them up.
It feels a lot better to us when we're on the shoulder and somebody gets over for us. It shows they care about us as much as we care about them, because that's what we're there for.
Reporting in Helena, Madeline Heath, MTN News.
General rifle season is closer than you think. It's just around the corner, and hunters are wanting to know where the big game is. MTN's Chet Lehman tells us Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks helps with that through its annual hunting forecast.
Archery and upland game bird season opened last week, and the general hunting season is just around the corner. That means it's once again time for Fish, Wildlife and Parks to compile its yearly hunt forecast. This gives hunters a chance to see what animal numbers look like across the state.
The information that feeds into this forecast is gathered throughout the year. So as wildlife biologists are doing surveys for elk and deer in late winter, and for antelope in the summertime, that information sort of provides context and guidance for hunters as they head into the field this time of year.
In southwest Montana, deer numbers are good. Antelope have suffered through a couple long winters, so populations are down in places. And for elk
numbers in southwestern Montana are looking good. They're at or near population objectives in most areas of southwestern Montana. So if you're looking to hunt elk in this part of the state, there are lots of elk to be had.
Jacobson notes one exception. Hunt District 310 south of Bozeman. Numbers are down, so no cow elks can be harvested this year in that area during any of the seasons. It's also important to remember, if you hunt, you're not alone out there.
There's going to be other hunters out there. Please be courteous while you're sharing the landscape and out there with other people to avoid conflicts. And as always, please ask for permission before going onto private lands to hunt, and be respectful of the land while you're there.
Now, the Fish, Wildlife and Parks hunt forecast is statewide, but there are breakouts for individual areas and for species. Just a reminder, general hunting season for deer and elk opens October 25th, for antelope, October 11th. Near Belgrade, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
I found that it's extremely important to speak about suicide and mental health. It's healing for those that have dealt with it, and it makes it not a stigma. We have to talk about it.
Coming up, today is 988 Day. We have more on how one woman is using her experiences to support those around her.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
September is Suicide Prevention Month, and today, September 8th, is recognized as 988 Day. It's a day of action aimed at raising awareness about the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Scripps News Group's Keely McCormick heard from one Florida woman who's turning personal tragedy into a mission to help others who might be struggling.
I spoke to one woman who's turning her personal tragedy into a mission to help others. Today, she's sharing her story with us in the hopes that it saves someone else. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and for Nicole Gossett, it's deeply personal.
Suicide has impacted my life, unfortunately, in many ways.
Gossett lost 5 people in her family to suicide. That includes her grandfather, brother, and most recently, her dad.
I have tough days. There'll be a memory, a song, something that pops into my head, and I start crying uncontrollable. And that's normal. I think that's okay. It's part of healing. It's part of grieving.
For Gossett, it's not easy to talk about or look back on, but she says she'll fight through that discomfort in the hopes that it helps someone else.
I found that it's extremely important to speak about suicide and mental health. It's healing for those that have dealt with it, and it makes it not a stigma. We have to talk about it.
Now she's turning her pain into purpose, working to raise awareness and erase the stigma around mental health. Gossett wants people who are struggling to know they're not alone. Help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Here in Hillsborough County, trained professionals at the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay are on the other end of that line.
They'll not only listen to your story and listen to what's going on, but they'll help you problem solve and develop an actionable plan to help keep you safe or your loved ones safe.
Lindsay Everest says suicide is preventable. She tells me calls into the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline are on the rise. In July alone, there were more than 17,000 calls across Florida. She says that's a record high. Through those calls, Everest tells me trained professionals are able to connect those in need to suicide prevention services.
There are numerous resources available to anyone struggling with their mental health. The most important part is recognizing the signs and asking for help. Call or text 988 and you'll be connected to the 24-hour Suicide and Crisis Hotline. For more information on resources throughout north central Montana, check out our website.